was one of have an opportunity. Durant has been good, man. The crowd was amazing. The atmosphere was on another level. So, and especially since they won, fans were wild and leaving the stadium yesterday. So, it was fun.
How deep was it? I know you've been to a ton of stadiums.
Yeah, I've been to a few. I think every stadium has its own vibe, and I think it's smaller, I guess, smaller than the rest of it. I don't know for sure, but it seems like everybody's packed in there and everybody over top of each other. So it was definitely a good night.
As a kid, as a kid, did you mostly just think about offense?
I always thought about offense. Defense is just an effort thing, and knowing the schemes, how your team wants to play. I mean, as a kid, I just thought about blocking shots. That's all I wanted to do as a kid, was try to block shots. But you didn't know about help, you didn't know about sliding your feet, standing in front of your man. I didn't. I just worked on my offensive game. But as you get to this level of basketball, you start learning important team defense to help each other out. So I'm still learning.
So, at what point did you start to think of yourself as a defender?
Well, in college, my coach in college, Coach Bryant, he really got into me a lot about how bad my defense was, and I wanted to be a good player, and I wanted to impress my teammates and my coaches out there on the floor. So, once I got to college, I started to realize the importance of defense. And then when I got to the league, you're losing so many games, and you want to establish yourself as a player. It's not your number one priority. And for me, early on in my career, I just wanted to be aggressive as a scorer. I wanted to go out there and let people know who I was on the offensive end. And then once I started winning games, I had to realize that I got to do both. And so it's been about 4 or 5 years now that I've been wanting to play more defense than offense.
Okay, yeah, I did a number percentage-wise higher than years prior as well. But I'm curious, does it feel like when you leave a game now, does it feel like your workload is less? Like, does your body feel that?
I'm playing less minutes, so yeah, I definitely feel that. We're used to playing. Before I got injured, playing probably 37 plus minutes a night. You can feel that, especially being one of the main guys in the offensive end, having to create a lot of stuff. You get bumped and pushed and held. You feel that stuff throughout the course of the season. My minutes were down. I was playing 12 straight minutes. 6-minute rest, and I was playing longer spurts here. I'm kind of 5-6 minute spurts. I think that helps a lot as well. So yeah, it feels a little different, maybe just because I'm playing less minutes.
Do you feel a difference in like you're not?
What is that?
Like you're not asked to. It was like your old Stumper Grounds. It was you and the other guy that pretty much did everything. Now it's like you still get the numbers, but you're getting it differently. It's like the ball is not in your hands every single time. Do you feel a difference in that?
Yeah, I can feel that. I still get a pick and roll a little bit. Coach lets me get a pick and roll, but that's not the main source of offense for me. I don't have the ball in my hands all game. I think that's why I'm most effective, playing off the ball, setting screens, running off of screens, getting in the open space and doing my damage. I'm 6'9". I'm not the best ball handler there is, so I try to, 6'9". I try to not put myself in those situations where I got to handle the ball in the crowd. So it helps me out having a couple ball handlers here to relieve the pressure a little bit. So I play in space, run off screen, spotting up. That's how I like to play. But I also can ISO, play the pick and roll, and I think that's what makes my skill set really unique compared to other guys, because I can sit in the corner all game and still be effective, or I can have the ball in my hand and still be effective.
Moment you Zaza was a really great passer, or did you know it from coming in when he was a playmaker that way?
Yeah, I knew Zaza could pass the ball since maybe he was. I didn't really recognize him until Atlanta started to become a powerhouse over in the East, and watching those guys play, and I would see his slick passes he would make behind the backs, between the legs, no passes. And once he got to Milwaukee, under Jason Kidd, I think, he was doing the same thing, and then playing against him in the playoffs last year, Dallas. I think as he's playing with more and more mature players, veteran players. His skill set is starting to see a little bit more what he can do. He can shoot the mid-range, he can post up, direct the in, and he can pass. Probably the best part of his game is his ability to pass. So he's definitely helping us out in that area.
Does he talk a lot on the court?
Yeah, he talks a lot. And that's what, as an anchor right there, him and Draymond, they do a great job of talking to us and letting us know what's behind us. So you can tell he's getting more comfortable too. At first he would be a little quiet, now he's speaking up and at halftime and before the games, after the game. So, as time goes on, you start to see a different player and more and more of a leader than he already is today.
Seems like you guys have kind of established a good back and forth with each other. You and Zaza.
Yeah, we're new guys, so it felt like we had to kind of have to walk each other through this thing. And he's a great teammate. I love playing with him, love being on his team, he's encouraging. He does all the right things as a teammate, man. He's always there for everybody. So we all love having him. Love having him on the court. He supports the team any way he can, man. And that's what you want from the start.
How much are you than 4 years ago?
Very smart. I learned a lot from Kendrick Perkins and Bryant. They told me everything I know in the coach, especially Bryant. When we started to go small there with Coach Brooks, probably I'd say 2014, I had to guard some of the bigger guys. I just didn't know the tricks of the trade, and Mark Brown would always bring me to the side and show me things, and then Perk would always tell me the stuff that he does to help him coach as well. So, but at the end of the day, my length is my most. That's the part of my game where I got an advantage over guys. My ability, I guess, is just put my hand up, making the guys shoot a tough shot over. But just the positioning and doing my work early and learning that stuff comes from Mark Brown and Kendrick Perkins.
How about Monty last time? It's still early in the season with him. He was kind of stuff.
Yeah, he would teach me a lot as well as far as just the tricks. How to get a guy off the bench, little swim moves such as bumping him, and just the little small stuff that you probably wouldn't see that goes into his lane. Just a little, maybe grabbing a guy on his ribs, the Lance Stevenson, doing those little things that irritate a guy. So I just learned from a lot of great defenders from watching, probably the best post defender I've seen in a while on my team, Kendrick Perkins. Watching him night in and night out, and him giving me that confidence when I was playing with him definitely helped me today. So I still got a long ways to go, and I feel like I can guard a lot of those guys, but we definitely have to be better.
Did you talk to any of the girls yesterday or see any of the... But did you know some of those guys are lawyers, doctors, bankers? What's your take on how they come out on Sunday?
That shows what sports does, man. It's an experience that gets you away from whichever selection. And I think everybody deserves to enjoy that experience. So you can't judge them on how they act on Sundays. They get pretty rowdy, I guess, with Black Hole. I didn't know they called it that until last night, but they get pretty rowdy there. So it's just an experience, man. Just one to get away and one to just enjoy the unity of the sport. And it brings so many people together. And you can tell they were so excited after those guys won last night. It was fun to see.
Are you excited to see what Damian level?
Yeah. Very unfortunate for him, coming into the draft. Choice Tech, workout. But I've never met a nicer person than DJ, man. Just always smiling, always, just asking everybody how their day's going. Just coming in and working extremely hard every single day. So I can't wait to see him go out there and just fully train and being an NBA player. And it's a little different than his fellow rookies, but I know it's going to pay off in the long run. I'm excited to get him up there.
Great.